Hi everyone, good evening. Rebecca Elliott here with Young Living, and I'm continuing my kind of daily little bits of info about essential oils, some of the foundational information about essential oils that hopefully it will help you be more familiar with the oils and have a little better overall perspective of them, and give you some information that might be new to you that would be helpful. Today I'm going to be talking about are essential oils safe? I will only be speaking in reference to Young Living essential oils because that's what I actually use. And the simple answer is absolutely yes. The caveat to that is given that they're used as instructed on the bottles, and then also with your whatever credible reference materials that you have on essential oils, that should have you in good stand, be able to use your oils confidently. A couple of examples of important things to know about the safety of the oils, of using them safely. It relates to photosensitivity and spiciness, and I will talk about that a little bit. But armed with the right knowledge of how to use your essential oils, you're all good to use them safely. No worries there. And with confidence as well. But as I mentioned, some oils are photosensitive, and that means that if you wear them, it's going to attract the sun rays to your skin that has the photosensitive oils in that, and that usually relates to citrus oils such as lemon, citrus fresh, or grapefruit, or bergamot, some of those. So the important thing there is to use your citrus oils and other identified photosensitive oils where the sun doesn't shine, so it's protected underneath your clothing, and you should be all good. Another way, which I mentioned, was the spiciness of the oils. Some oils are definitely, their chemical constituents, they're more spicy, as we call it, than others that are just very gentle and soothing to the skin. And depending on your level of sensitivity with your skin, that may vary a little bit. So it's just good to know for sure which ones are definitely considered spicy. And some examples of that would be oregano and cinnamon bark, to name a couple. And then which ones are very soothing, such as lavender or frankincense, that you don't have to worry about that. So what you do with the ones that are a little spicy, either known as spicy or that you happen to be a little bit sensitive to, super easy solution is you dilute them with some fatty carrier oil. And so with that, you would just do that automatically, or do a small skin test. And if you see that you have a little redness, then you would just use some carrier oil with it. And examples of carrier oil are coconut oil, or Young Living's V6 oil, which is a matrix oil of about 6 vegetable oils. And that doesn't have any kind of strong aroma, so it's really nice. It's just like a clear matrix of the carrier oils we want to use. And with the carrier oils, they have larger molecules, so the essential oils that are spicy, or any essential oils used with carrier oils, they're going to be bouncing around between the big molecules of the fatty carrier oil and the micro-sized molecules of the essential oil, and it takes longer for the essential oil to be absorbed by your skin. So that's the magic combination of using the carrier oils and along with your essential oils. There's some other benefits too, and we'll address those maybe a little later. For children and for pets, I just want to mention that because their skin is more permeable, you may want to go ahead and just automatically dilute a little bit, especially any spicy oils. Just do, again, skin tests with your child or your pet to make sure of what their tolerance level is and what it feels like to them. But good, if you need to, good to just go ahead and add a little bit of dilution with the carrier oils as needed, and you'll be all set to go. And then you ask about what is a carrier oil. A carrier oil is the fatty oil versus the essential oil being the life essence of the plant. The fatty carrier oil comes from things like olives and coconuts, where you can remove that from the tree, and the tree is still alive. Whereas essential oil is the life essence of that tree or plant or shrub. So those are some of the things I wanted to be sure to mention to you today. Another thing that you want to be aware of is using the oils around your eyes, especially being much more sensitive. Some of the oils, such as peppermint, are strong enough in their constituents that even just the aroma of the oils you can feel it in your eyes if you've applied peppermint anywhere around your temples or your forehead, which is a popular place to use the essential oils sometimes. So if you accidentally get some in your eye, and for people who use essential oils, it's almost inevitable at some point in all the years that we use them, that might happen. So good to know, what do you do? And in this case, for the oils, you would, if you accidentally got some in your eye, you would use a fatty carrier oil again to help draw it away from your tissue. So wherever you got the oil, if it's close enough to your eye, you just apply it topically with clean hands and oil-free fingers to help draw the essential oil away from your eye. A good way to avoid getting essential oils in your eyes, if you're using them around your eyes, is to use a Q-tip, so that you have a smaller target and use of the Q-tip, and then you have better accuracy on what you're aiming for. So that's a good tip on how to avoid it at all, but just in case it does happen, that's how you address it, and it gets resolved in just a matter of minutes. Another thing to talk about is the internal usage of essential oils. NAHA, one of the top aromatherapy schools in the United States, it doesn't advocate essential oils for internal use. Why? Because most oils don't carry any GRAS, which is generally regarded as safe acronym, essential oils, and those have been cleared by the FDA. NAHA also bases a lot of their decisions on the British model of using essential oils, which advocates topical use only. However, many of the British studies are flawed, so it's important to be aware of that. So for example, using them, having things done testing-wise at extremely high doses, or in the ways the oils are used, such as pouring an entire bottle in the body. But Young Living utilizes all three ways that you can use the essential oils: aromatically, topically, and internally. And again, all the information is on the bottles and in literature from Young Living, as well as noted in, again, the credible essential oil reference materials that are available. The French have been utilizing and cooking with essential oils for decades and been very successful with it. But one of the things that Young Living has done to just make it even more clear on which the essential oils are good to use internally, besides the printed materials and so on, is they've created a new branding. So I don't know if you can see this, and this may be backwards, so apologies if it is. But if you can see the white branding versus, now I have my fancy bottle of Egyptian gold, which I absolutely love, but see the colored bottles. So this is just the new branding that makes sure that it's very, very clear just visually from the white label versus the darker colored labels, that the essential oil is good for internal use. And again, just always use your reference materials as well for guidance on these kinds of things, and you'll be in good shape. And you'll know which ones that you can take safely and internally. Some of them are approved for internal use. In fact, this is a perfect example: Digize. So if you're familiar with Digize, Digize is a pretty strong aromatic oil. It's extremely wonderful for what it's intended to be used for. So I absolutely love it, but I consider this kind of a little bit of a stinky oil. So, but when you taste it, it's very, very strong. It has anise in it, is one of the ingredients. So sometimes when you have the internal oils, a great way to make it easier to take them, if they also happen to have a very strong taste or impact, which this one definitely did the time that I've tried it that way. Usually I rub it topically, or I will put it in a capsule with a little bit of carrier oil, and then you just chug the capsule, and you don't go through the strong taste of the anise. It just passes on right through your throat, so you don't have to worry about that. So always neat tips and tricks on how to use the oils that we're glad to share with you. But on the flip side, with the Young Living oils, if you have a single oil, Digize is a blend, but if you have a single oil, you're getting that specific oil. So it's coming from one ingredient: lemon oil, orange oil, oregano, thyme, basil. you're getting that specific oil from that specific plant with no adulteration, no additives, no chemical yuck in there. So important to know, because if you look at the ingredients lists on many of the products that you may still have in your bathroom or your kitchen or your cleaning pantry, where you keep all of your cleaning supplies, it's just amazing what you'll find in the list of the chemicals. Half of them you can't even pronounce. But every day we put products on our skin, in our body, and then we also are breathing them and absorbing them. And many of these products, these chemical products, chemical cleaning products for our homes, and also some of our personal care items, they're full of damaging chemicals, and it's important for us to be fully aware of this. So the average woman, for example, an average woman applies more than 300 chemicals a day to her body, just through soaps, makeups, cleansers, shampoos, hair care products, and deodorants. And oh yes, and deodorants. And with the deodorants, in fact, all of these, they have unwanted toxins in them and chemicals and other ingredients that if we had fully understood the impact that they have on our bodies, we would not be wanting to put them on there. Many of these even have hormone disrupting ingredients. And think of, like, for example, the deodorant. We're putting it right in our underarm, near our lymph nodes, breast tissue, men and women. And if you knew what all the side effects were of that, I don't think either one would be wanting to be using commercial grade deodorant. So great to know that there are wonderful, all natural deodorants that are DIY deodorants, or Young Living has deodorants that are all natural, oil infused. So not only are you getting rid of the chemicals, you're adding the benefits of the oils as those get absorbed into your skin. So wonderful reversal as you eliminate chemicals and use oils instead, and the oil infused products instead. So very important to know, because at least 80 of these 300 chemicals that we manage to put in ourselves one way or the other, breathing it, touching it, absorbing it, or putting it literally inside our bodies. We do that all before breakfast. Crazy. So good to know that, and good to know how to make a difference and change it. And if all of this is a bit overwhelming, let me tell you about how I started with my oils journey with a Young Living starter kit, which is awesome. It's the only thing in the Young Living catalog, the website, that is half off. So if you're a frugal mom like me, it's the best bang for your buck. And it is also just because of what you get in it. It's everything that you need to have a good foundational start. So that's the most important thing, besides the great savings on the money that Young Living has done with the starter kits, which is great. But the starter kits, the premium starter kits, have 11 bottles of oils in them, and some awesome oils. And I'll be talking about those in my next video tomorrow. They also have a diffuser. And then they have some great little essential goodies, sample bottles, some Ningxia Red samples, the 2-ounce travel packs, which are awesome. You can just toss those in your purse or your briefcase, and off you go, and you have your Ningxia during the day for your super antioxidant refreshment. But you have all of those things that are your foundational tools to be able to have your oils and the tools that you need to use your oils in all the ways that you possibly can to be able to get off to a great start. So we'll talk more about the specific oils tomorrow, and I really look forward to that. And I'll have some fun recipes and how-to tips on using those, some of the ones that we do here in my home, not only for cleaning the house, but also for personal care and for pet care, natural pet care, because of dogs. So we use a lot of it for our dogs as well. So we look at them as our 4-legged fur babies and want to make sure that they have as all natural of an environment that we can provide in our homes for them as well as for ourselves. So that's what I had to share with you today, which is talking about the safety of the oils and how to use them safely. And again, start really looking hard at the ingredients list of the chemicals and the chemical cleaners that you have maybe still stashed away, you haven't eliminated out of your house yet, or are still using and want to stop using, because there's great alternatives that are all natural and actually great for you instead of harmful to you. But I also wanted to share One of my favorite oils that I was enjoying using today was Egyptian Gold. Oh my goodness, that's got some cinnamon in it, and it just smells so good. It has great benefits and properties as well, but oh, the aroma alone is just wonderful. So I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. If you are already using your Young Living essential oils, fantastic. Make sure you have all your right reference materials and resources of information so that you're using them with confidence and are fully aware of all the ways that you can use them and what they're helpful for. If you have not yet started using Young Living essential oils and would like to, you can do one of two things. You can go to youngliving.com and click on Become a Member, and where it's asking for enroller and sponsor information. If you were not referred to this video by someone or to Young Living, you're exploring on your own, you're welcome to use my member number, which is 290-6315. But if you had somebody that's referred you to this video or talking with you about Young Living essential oils, please do go back to the person who is talking with you and sharing with you about them. And if you're ready to open your own account so that you can access the oils and start your own oily journey, natural wellness journey with Young Living, be sure to use their member number as you activate your account in the enroller and the sponsor, and that will provide you with their support as you start your journey. All right. Well, you have a wonderful day and wonderful evening, and look forward to talking with you tomorrow. Bye.